Hello everyone, my name is Laura, and on behalf of the Colorado Department of Revenue, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this video on completing Form DR-172, Contractor Application for Exemption Certificate using Revenue Online. The Colorado Department of Revenue aims to make complex tax information easy to understand to enable accurate and on-time tax filings. To complete Form DR-172, begin on Tax.Colorado.gov. Select Online Services in the blue menu bar. Then select Visit ROL in the Revenue Online menu panel. On Revenue Online, scroll down to the Sales and Use Tax menu panel and select File an application for a contractor exemption. If you have a Revenue Online account and are logged in, you can access the same link by selecting More in the top menu bar, locating the Additional Actions menu panel, and selecting File an application for a contractor exemption. On the first screen, review the purpose and eligibility for this application. Please note that you must meet all requirements listed under eligibility in order to complete the application using Revenue Online. You must be the prime contractor on the project with a contractor's exemption account. You also need a valid email address, a digital copy of your contract or agreement page or purchase order to support the project that you are requesting the exempt certificate, and you must also have a Federal Employer Identification Number or FEIN. If you do not have all of the necessary requirements or are requesting an extension, you will need to apply by emailing the form DR-172 to DOR_exemption_applications@state.co.us. Please list the word encrypt in the subject line of the email. Once you have ensured that you are eligible to apply online, select Next. On the Contractor's Information screen, enter the required information noted by a red asterisk. This includes the contractor's information and mailing address. Please be sure that the contractor's exempt number is correct. This number will begin with the digits 89 or 089. Here's a helpful hint. When completing this section, the bid amount for your contract must match to the penny. This is a common reason why applications are denied, so please make sure that your bid is accurate and matches to the penny. Once you've entered the required information, select Next. On the Exemption Information screen, enter all required information noted by a red asterisk. Please be sure that the exemption organization's number is correct. This number will begin with the digits 98 or 098. If you aren't sure what the exempt organization's number is, please contact them to verify this information prior to submitting your application. Once you've entered the required information, select Next. On the Project Information screen, you'll enter required information about the project, which includes the scheduled construction start date and estimated completion date. Ensure that the start and completion dates listed on your application can be validated by your contract, award letter, agreement, or purchase order. You'll also include the physical location of the project site. Here's an important note. Most projects will have an actual address associated with them, which should be used whenever possible. However, if your construction site is a street repair or a new address that does not yet exist, you can still submit an application through Revenue Online by using the cross streets of the project. Once you've typed in the address of the cross streets, select Verify Address. A pop-up box will appear with the message, "No valid address was found. Please verify input and revalidate." Select OK. On the Select Verified Address screen, select the link which states, "Select this address," then select OK. A pop-up box asking if you are sure you want to continue with an unverified address will appear. Select Yes. You will notice that an overridden indicator is now present and you can continue to proceed through the process. Once you've entered the required information, select Next. On the Attachments screen, you'll attach a copy of your contract, agreement page, or purchase order. This should include information on the type and scope of work, bid amount, the same amount to the penny should be listed on your application, project start and estimated completion dates, and ensure it is signed by the contracting parties, including the exempt organization. To add your attachment, select Attach a File. In the pop-up box, include a description of your attachment, choose a file, and select OK. Once you've attached your file, select the checkbox next to I have completed uploading my attachments and select Next. On the Review and Confirm screen, carefully review all of the information you have entered for accuracy. If all information is correct, read and select the checkboxes in the Confirmation section. If necessary, select Previous to edit or correct any information. Then, select Submit. In the Confirmation pop-up box, enter and confirm your email to ensure you wish to continue. Then, select OK. On the confirmation screen, record your confirmation number for your records. You'll use this number if you need to contact the department regarding your application. Please note that submitting multiple applications for the same project can cause a delay. Please allow 7 to 10 business days before reaching out for the status of your application. There are many resources available to you through the Colorado Department of Revenue. Please keep these resources in mind if you find you need additional support. My name is Laura, and on behalf of the Colorado Department of Revenue, Taxation Division, Education and Training, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for being voluntarily tax compliant.